umbrella up here. That really is not umbrella near the rain gauge. Umbrella near the rain gauge. So I'm going to lower this thing down. Lower this thing down. Big sun. Looks like a big sun, doesn't it? I don't know why she put that up. There's not even sunny out. Oh, there is rain in the rain gauge. There's 2 millimeters. There's 2 millimeters of rain in the rain gauge. All right? So that's a start. So if you guys are in there, come in and say hi. And I'm back. Caleb, okay. So anyway, the garden is much happier today because of this rain coming down. So it's light rain. And 2 millimeters is better than no millimeters. There's the Parajubea. All right, Parajubea is doing okay. It's liking the rain. Tin Tau. So it sounds like we got a sable brazoria growing at Grace Point now. That's pretty cool. I'll take it. Anyway, it's funny. I watered some of the stuff out here, and now we have some rain. I went for a motorbike ride this morning, which was really awesome, and it was perfect timing because I do not like to ride my bike in the rain. Too much cleaning I would have to do. I'd have to do a lot of cleaning. Is it blurry? It must be just, maybe it's because I went from a warm house to this cool, damp environment. I think that's what it is. I think that's why. Okay, now it's going to be a little clearer. Is that better? A little bit better now? I think it's maybe fogged up a little bit because it is cool out here. It's only just 16 degrees. So this is good. This makes me happy. I like 16 degrees, and so does the garden. It's going to be much happier. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think there's fog on the lens. Well, generally her camera's not bad. This iPhone is not that bad. How's that? Is that a little bit better? Here, we'll stand beside Tiki Man. We'll do the live stream beside Tiki Man there. And so you can hear it just thriving. And listen, your connection might not be the best. Yeah, it could be the connection. We do have people that have just checked in one of the B&Bs, and the other B&B is going to be checking in soon. Really? You got smoke there? You know, we had one day where we had a little bit of a hazy smoke, and I did shoot a video of the sunrise, and that was it. It's actually been a really good summer without forest fire smoke. But I know some places had it really bad. Thank God it missed us. We don't want any smoke here. 88 there. Yeah, you're way hotter there than here. It's 16 degrees is not that warm. You're only an hour and a half from the Oregon fires. Wow. Yeah, hour and a half. So that's why you're getting the smoke there. Yeah, there's still fires burning up in British Columbia, but very far from here. They're up in the interior. And like I say, we're out in the islands, so about 7. So yeah, I don't know. We haven't had we have had no temperatures in the 40s. This morning we were 13.7. I don't know. Like I look at the forecast on the Weather Network and they're so way off. So I use the Southern Gulf Island forecast, but our minimum temperatures here are always higher in the summertime than Saturna. The weather station on the 7-day Environment Canada Southern Gulf Island forecast is on Saturna Island, and it's totally different here, the minimum temperatures where we are. It's different all over the place, but hey man, there could have been places that hit 40 degrees. I mean, there's some cool areas on Salt Spring Island. I mean, if you're down in a deep valley or if you're up on the side of a mountain somewhere, you know. But here, no, had no temperatures in the 40s. It's always been in the 50s. I don't know what the lowest temperature I think we had was probably 55 degrees, something like that. I think that's the lowest we've had, 55, 56. This morning was 13.7 degrees Celsius, so you guys can figure that out. 13, I think, is around 56, something like that. So 13.7 is a bit more than that. Basically, you double it and you add 30, I think something like that, right? That's the way it works, just kind of gives you a rough idea. But 40s is actually pretty cold for September. So I don't know where that would be. We haven't even had that at our parks. We haven't even had that as our parks thing. It hasn't been that cold there. Temperatures in the parks trucks aren't reading that cold. So, but you know what? How hardy are people? Not hardy at all. They're absolutely useless. Phoenix robelini are not hardy at all. The Weather Channel does the same for us. In Nashville, some. Yeah, no, I was going to say, yeah, I don't go by the Weather Channel or Weather Network. I just use the local forecast, Southern Gulf Island 7-day Environment Canada. That's the one I find most accurate, and all the others I kind of just take with a grain of salt because I have my own weather stations here, Oregon Scientific, and that's all that really matters to me is what the minimums are on this at this location. I mean, hey, 8 kilometers down the road or whatever, 6 miles down the road, it can be a totally different story, right? I mean, maybe there was areas in the 40s here, but I don't know where. I'm guessing it'd have to be in the Cranberry Valley, but I don't know of a weather station there. I know there's a weather station. AccuWeather's terrible too. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Actually, I know there's a weather station behind the Fulford Fire Hall, and that is completely surrounded by big mountains, and it's down in a deep valley. So when you're going down into the Fulford Valley, on the left-hand side is the olive farm, right-hand side are commercial vineyards, and then you drive down Lees Hill into this deep valley, and it's all surrounded by mountains. And at the bottom of the valley, there's Fulford Fire Hall number 2, and there's a weather station, an Environment Canada weather station behind that fire hall. Because I've shot videos of that weather station. It looks like a UFO. It's a weather station, and you know what? That's maybe where the 40s could be. Frost this time, I haven't got, oh no, yeah, well I guess it's coming soon, eh bud? It can hold off for us. But when we do get frost, then I can harvest the kiwis. Haven't got below 70, see that's toasty. Yeah, no, we're definitely below 70. And I'm really liking this, man. This is so nice, the rain. My God, look at the ground, it's wet. The ground is wet. That is just awesome. I'm sure there's probably places in the garden that could be dry still though. Let's just see, under the trees. It's raining, yeah, it's definitely raining here. See, the problem is when you garden underneath trees, see, you look down in here, look at this, dry. In here, not a lot of rain gets under these trees. So it's a really tricky place to garden, right? And plus the roots suck too. And let's see the cactus patch. See, the cactus patch is under the trees. Look at the bromeliads. Hey, close-up shot of the bromeliads. Look at those. Those are Chilean bromeliads. Aren't they beautiful? Those are just awesome. Look at the color on those. And so dry in the cactus patch. Not getting a lot of rain in here because it's got these big trees. Even the yuccas, right? So when you garden under trees, you're going to have to give things a little bit more water. That's all still dry. Look at this. Look at this Licisteria formosa. It's like, I've never seen it look so crappy. If I ever get one, I'd try one again, but I have to put it somewhere else. Did you answer my question? Oh, I missed that one. Pygmy date palms are not good. They're useless, Caleb. They're not a hardy tree, palm tree at all, anywhere in the north, okay? They are native to Laos along the Mekong River, probably Cambodia too, and not a hardy pinnate species for here. No, they're absolutely useless. Yeah, don't. I've had lots of them. I've had them as house palm, but it's still going to need some protection. We've even tried Phoenix theoprasti in the Palm Society, and they never proved to be hardy here either. Yeah, they're very prone to spider mites inside. Anyway, cordyline, look at how stressed they are. Look at the dryness on these things, right? They're not happy. And look at that. Look at the leaves on this Licisteria formosa. Isn't that sad? Even these guys, and I'm not sure what they are, they suffered. They're all burnt up. These guys get these purple flowers on them. They're evergreen, but they got burnt up in the heat too. Right, so, and this is coming back. This Dawn Redwood is finally coming back. Wendy's been watering the living out of it, and I see a few little leaves starting to show on that one there. So I think what we're going to do, get down here, we're going to plant some more yuccas, right? So these are Yucca Gloriosa, extremely dangerous, really sharp Yucca Gloriosa. And I think, well, after seeing what happened in Louisiana, I'm not sure I'd like to. Yeah, I wouldn't live in Louisiana, I don't think. I think I'd rather live in Southern California. That 40-foot badger you talked about, I don't think it's... no, they were 34 feet. They were 34 feet tall because I remember the very first time I ever saw them. It was in 1988, okay? And I joined the Palm Society. And I went to the meeting at the Van Dusen Botanical Gardens. And there was a bunch of photos on the wall at Van Dusen Botanical Gardens in the Floral Hall classroom. And one of them in particular grabbed my attention. It was this older guy, standing under these massive banana plants. And I said, where are that taken, in Florida? And he said, no, that's just in my garden down the road. I says, no way. And like I scoffed at the idea that bananas could grow here, right? I says, no way. The bananas that big here? Because I didn't think bananas would grow here. I'd seen pictures of them growing in magazines, you know, and there was a picture in the north somewhere. I said, ah, BS. So anyway, he told me where he lived. Aren't Musa itinerant? They just are. Some of them are pretty rare, Musa itinerans. So anyway, I went to the guy's place, and they were big. The bananas were frickin' massive. And I asked him, I said, you know how tall those bananas are, Gerard? And he said, the flagpole's 38 feet tall, and the bananas were just 4 feet underneath the top of the flagpole. So what I'll do, I'll try to get a picture. I do have a photo of them that I took, few photos of them way back then, but they're old school camera photos in a photo album. So I'll have to take a picture maybe with my camera like I've done before, and then I'll post it. But he told us they were 34 feet tall. The base of the trunks were massive. And that's where I got my original bananas from Gerard back in the 1980s. He dug a pup out for me, and he gave me a pup. And he said they were Musabaju, Japanese fiber bananas, and he got them from another lady that was growing them in Burnaby, a suburb of Vancouver, and he planted those in 1984. Now they're still there, but they're not quite as big as when he had them. Yeah, so I don't know. He says they were Musabaju. That's what he always said. And I don't know of anybody growing here itinerants, and I know of itinerants, but I don't know. He said they were Baju, so I'm just going to go by what he said. But they're original stock, and they're not tissue cultured, because tissue cultured ones, I find, never grow as big. Back in the 1990s, I brought in 2 flats of liner. I know Austin has it. He's got itinerants in Arkansas. I brought in 2 flats of liner Baju and sold them to people, and it just never grew quite as big. You know, elephant ears, rhubarb. I'm not too sure if they're related to rhubarb. I don't think they are. I don't think they're related to rhubarb, no. I don't even think gunner is. Is it gunner manicata? That's another nice one to try if you like giant rhubarb. Man, it's really raining out here. It's just coming down. I'm going to stand under the fatsia. Stand under the fatsia here. There we go. Can you see me? Yeah, it's pouring down. Just love it. Oh my God. This is like heaven out here. Complete different type of plant. Yep. And Gunnera manicata is actually native to the Amazon River Basin. There's a bunch of different types of Gunnera too. Melangelica is the really low one that works actually as a ground cover. Elephant ears are related to philodendrons. Cool. And philodendron's a good one to try too if you get a hardier one, right? Just like Schefflera. I'm going to see, we do have 2 Schefflera in the garden here. Oh man, this is crazy. I'll show you a Schefflera, one of them. Hope he's not too dry. Kiwi vines. Right here. You see that? There's a Schefflera there underneath the fatsia, and it was so dry. It was wilted the other day. I gave it a shot of water, but this is a cool hydrangea you want to try too. That one right there. Aspera. Nice big tropical leaves on it. Good. Needle palm with a fortunae. Now, what would you get if you cross that? Huh? What would you get? That would be a neat one. I love needle palms. Needle palms are one of my favorite palm trees, believe it or not. And if that's all I could ever grow is needle palms, I would be super happy. Our needle palms are thriving because I water them every single day. Every single day I water our needle palms, and they seem to be a pretty happy palm if you give them the H2O. Especially the sable miners. I know they come from wet areas, and one of ours really suffered badly, and I'm pretty upset that it got missed watering quite a few times, so it looks really crappy. I think it's going to pull through, but it's just sad what happened to it. It could be. And you know what? It'd be cool if you could crossbreed them. I have 60, so I'm going to buy a needle palm. Once, several years ago, had all these needle palms for sale when I went over to the Big Island, and I wish I would have bought more. And they are absolutely thriving in the garden now. So I got them in an area where there's no competition from other trees. They're in full sun all day, and I water the living out of them every single day. And they're super happy. Super happy palms, and they're actually putting on some pretty good growth. I'm under a patio umbrella here right now. There's the barbecue Wendy bought. That is these are really good barbecues, by the way. The Napoleon is an awesome barbecue. We have to get a barbecue cover for that one though, because you know what? I don't want it to get wet. It's going to rust. I think, hang on. There we go. Let's put that down. All right. Anyway, guys, I don't know how long I'm going to do the stream for because I think I want to go in the house pretty quick. Trichogard sables used to grow wild. Localized. I think there used to be some sable palms up here too because there are Costa palmate. Well, Joe, you can try pollinate needle palm. I had one of my needle palms flower. Was it last year? One of them did flower. I don't know. Well, you know the problem is I think the one that flowered is in the planter. And Wendy's got these stupid wire vines growing with it, and they're sucking the life out of the poor thing. I'd like to rip the wire vines out, these evergreen vines that take over, but she likes the wire vines. And that palm, I think, has to come out of the pot. I think I'm going to plant it in the ground next year. It worries me, the wire vine in there, because it's full of roots, and it's like bone dry every single day. So the wire vine's got to come out, and I think the needle palm's got to go into the ground. And maybe the wire vines will go into the compost pile, but we won't tell Wendy unless, if she watches this live stream, I could be in trouble, right? Because this is actually her channel. Well, the thing is, I can't go down there and show you because B&B gets checked in. So they're in this huge 15-gallon or 20-gallon pot, and then they're trailing over the pot. I bet you chili palm has needle palms, for sure. Yeah, I think they got a lot of different palms. And I think people have had pretty good luck with chili palm crow. You know, I mean, here's some Trachycarpus palm. I mean, if you look at these little Trachycarpus palms, right, they kind of look like needle palms, don't they? They're very similar look to needle palms. I think maybe that's why I like needle palms so much. They do kind of look trachyish, right? These are loving it too. These guys, you want to attract the hummingbirds. Joe, those of us trying to naturalize. Yeah, well, I don't know if they were ever native here, but they used to be. There used to be palms native on Salt Spring Island because there's lots of palm fossils here, right? And there's lots of palm fossils on Vancouver Island. But that was long before we were around, like 70 to 80 million years ago. And they were Costa palmate. I mean, maybe they were palmettos. Who knows? I mean, they could have been. Not too sure. But they were laying down, and then they were pushed up. That's what the geologist told me that. The guy that discovered them. He's the guy that discovered those things. I'm going to stand under here. Man, look at this. Look at it down there. The plants are loving it, man. Just awesome. Oh, man. This is the best. This is better than sunshine any day. I'll take this for the next week. All right? And then it can get sunny again. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pray for more rain. I envy you guys that get that rain. And somebody was asking about olive tree. Here's an olive tree. And there's an olive tree. Does it have any olives on it? The one out front's got olives on it. And then there's lots of olive trees down there too. Okay, zone 8A, yeah. And then all the things with banana plants too, they're actually pretty hardy because they're root hardy. So, you look at Mark Ladouceur in Ottawa, and he is growing bananas in Ottawa because he protects the roots. They're a perennial, right? Basically like growing a daffodil. You mulch the ground, and they're always going to bounce back. I don't think you can kill Musabaju when they're established, right? Hey, Palm Planet. How's it going, man? You see we're getting rain right now? We are getting rain here on the Gulf Islands. Oh, man, it's nice. It is just absolutely awesome. And I'm standing under this. Wendy built this overhang a couple of years ago. So I'm standing under the overhang. What's Acuminata? Oh, cool. Well, there's Acuminata there. The very first banana I tried outside was Musa Acuminata. And I was in zone 8A, 8B. And you know what? You know what I did? I put cardboard around it, and then I filled it up with dry leaves, and I put a tarp over top of it, and guess what? It still froze in the wintertime. So Musa Acuminata was not good at where I used to live, but you know what? It might work here. If I did the same thing, it might work in this climate. There it is right there. And then we have another one too, but it's surrounded by other tomato plants. So Acuminata is actually a really nice banana, and that one I bring in the wintertime. It's got some pups coming off the bottom of it. And they are absolutely beautiful bananas. And for those of you that don't know much about bananas, they are not palm trees and they are not trees. They are giant herbs, okay? And when you tell somebody, they're like, what? Banana plant's not a herb. Yeah, bananas are the biggest herbs. They're the largest herbs. Wendy's taking bookings right now. There's somebody else going to be booking in. So she's been so busy running around like a chicken with her head cut off. So anyway, in the distance, you can see a swamp cypress. Can you see that? Way in the distance, way right there. I don't know if it shows that far, but there's a jungle of bamboo down there, and that's in the ravine, and then there's a swamp cypress down there. How does palm tree grow? Like, well, palm tree is not really a tree because I don't think it has secondary xylem, right? So when you damage a palm tree, it's really tough for it to heal. If it really, I don't know if it can, it's easy to get an infection too. So you got to really be careful. That's why I say when you grow a palm tree, make sure you don't hit it with a whippersnipper or bang into it with the lawnmower. It's probably good to create a little bit of a garden around it. They're a monocot in the grass and lily family, right? They're the same family as grass and lily. That's why they push out from the center. So there you go. And there's the banana palm planet. How is life where you are? Hopefully you're getting great weather. And this is great weather for me. See that patio's wet? It hasn't been wet for a long time. So umbrella's down. Rain gauge is getting some rain in it. And you know what? Tomorrow is going to be sunny and I can go for a motorbike ride. Doing great. Yeah, doing awesome. It's so nice to get rain, Katrina. Katrina and the waves. Yep. Palm Planet, this is, I know you guys have probably had a bit of rain. And like I said, I'm envious of you guys to get your summer rain. If I could change something about this climate, it would be drier winters and wetter summers. So if we had wetter summers and drier winters, we could grow way more stuff. You know that? So look at the climate of Lugano, Switzerland, and Locarno. They get hot, humid, wet summers and really dry winters. And everything under the sun seems to grow in Locarno, and Lugano, Switzerland, at 46 degrees north latitude, the same latitude as Portland, Oregon, believe it or not. And Google it sometime, or actually, better yet, go to YouTube and look at Locarno, Switzerland, or Lugano, Switzerland. There's one guy there, and he's got lots of palmy videos from southern Switzerland, and it is just absolutely amazing, man. It's like looking at Southern California. There's huge date palms, Washingtonias, Jubaeas, Brahias, Brutias, Trithrinax, citrus trees, giant oleanders the size of frickin' elephants, everything there. Just south of your border, this guy. I'll be just, oh really? Oh cool. Are you coming across? You gonna come across the line? I think they actually opened up the border. I'm thinking about building a giant frame around my property and wrapping shrink wrap. No palms. 200,000 worth of shrimp. I think needle palms. Well, they work in 8A out in the valley, 8A, 8B up this way. Like you get southeast of Vancouver. I think there's some needle palms out there, but I'm going to say 8A, 7B, 8A up this way. I'm going to say that would be, I'd say 7B. So if you go a little bit farther east of Vancouver, southeast to a place called the Fraser Valley, Abbotsford and Chilliwack, where their winters are a bit colder, well, a lot colder, and they get outflow winds, I think in a sheltered spot, a needle palm would probably do okay if you could keep it out of the wind because they get the heat. They get way more summer heat than we do, but their winters are colder. That's the only difference. So, and they also are subject to outflow winds. Me sitting here in 6B, well, that's all right. You know what? You get a lot of heat and you got a lot of sun where you are, and you are in a beautiful place. I think Toronto's 6B. I'm pretty sure Toronto is 6B. You guys, somebody can clarify that. Look it up for me. I don't know. I'm guessing. And I think Southern Ontario is 7A. Point Pelee and Windsor, but you know, they do get extended freezes down there. We don't. We just get a lot of rain in the wintertime, and yeah, we can get snow, but snow is not going to kill your plants. It can bend and break a few things, but it's those extended freezes that can be nasty. So somebody said it's a La Nina year this year. I'm thinking we're going to get a lot of rain this winter and maybe less snow. -2. Wow. -2 Fahrenheit. That is, oh yeah, okay, but if you're in Texas, that's a big difference. Because if it was -2 Fahrenheit in Toronto, I don't think that Camerops is ever going to come back. And like I was saying, it was sad to see in Dallas what the freeze did to the palms, but I think the maintenance workers and city workers should have left a lot of those palms to see if they would have regrown back, because I think they were too quick to remove a lot of the palms that appeared to be dead, because I think a lot of those palms had life in them. And that's too bad when people remove things too quickly. And I kind of used to be like that too. Actually, I used to be like that, but my mom was never like that. So a bad freeze would come and a palm would lose its fronds when I lived on the mainland, and I just frickin' ripped the thing out of the ground. My mom would leave them, and they'd often come back. And she had that eucalyptus, like that dead-looking palm still standing around here. Seems like Yeah, no, it's Toby, Josh. It's good to leave things to last. Leave them for the whole year if you have to, because you never know. Maybe later on in the summer they might pop back into life. And if by next spring there's no life in them, yeah, then whip the Husqvarna chainsaw out and chop them down. But I remember one freeze we had when I lived on the mainland. I planted a eucalyptus tree beside my mom and dad's place, and it grew pretty big. It was 20 feet tall. Cider gum. This was back in the 1980s, and mine froze. It lost all its leaves. One of them froze to the ground. Hers lost all its leaves. And I said, I cut mine down. I just took the saw and I cut them down. And I says, Mom, I can cut yours down for you. He says, no, I'm going to leave it. And that was, the freeze, I think, was February. And she says, no, I'm going to leave it. And, or it might have been December. And I says, well, no, it looks like it's dead to me, Mom. She says, no, I'm going to leave it because there might be life in it. So she told me to leave the tree alone. Maybe possible, maybe have your property when you pass. Well, I might, one day I'm going to definitely sell it, and hopefully the people that buy it will appreciate palms. A few zombie Trachynovas that are dead that aren't thriving either next time. Trachynova are so beautiful too. So anyway, Mom left the eucalyptus tree, to make a long story short, in May. It was beginning of May. Leaves started popping out all over her eucalyptus cider gum, gunny eye. The ones I had, I cut down, which, my bad. I have a friend who tried needle palms. How about the guy that's in Palm Nation? How about the guy that says he grows them in Ohio? And do you believe that there are needle palms in Ohio? Because I'm sure I've seen pictures of needle palms in Ohio, and he says he doesn't protect them. And then we got a guy in Alberta that wants to grow palm trees too, but honestly, I don't think there's a hope in heck to grow palm trees in Alberta, right? Maybe in 150 years from now, if climate changes for real and it kicks in, then maybe you can grow a palm tree in Alberta, but no. Katarina K. That's a cool name, Katarina K. I like it. Hey, Katarina K, where are you from? Purchase some needle palms from Iowa. He probably grows them. Well, he says he grows them outside. What do you think, Toby, Josh? Anybody can say anything they want on the internet. They can BS to you because we don't know the guy. But I'm sure he's posted pictures of his needle palms growing in Ohio or other needle palms. Thank you. Oh, you're from SSI. Oh, what part of SSI are you on? Are you on the north end or the south end? And how much rain are you getting? Because we're getting like a ton of rain up here on the north end right now. Whereabouts are you? You don't have to give your exact location, but are you middle of the island, north end or south end? I'm up on the very northern end of the island. So anyway, what are your thoughts on the Rhipidophyllum hystrix growing in the Buckeye State? Do you think they can go through the winter? Kiss the babies in there. Are you talking about, that's the guy. Okay, yeah, that might be the guy, Cincy Palms, yeah. So he's on the Bluegrass State border. So you know what, where he lives then, if he's on the Bluegrass State border, that's probably possible. He could probably easily grow needle palms there and sable minor. But how about northern Ohio? South end, now north, and yes, enjoy. Oh, cool. But now north, okay, so you're near me. You know where I live, don't you? Do you know where I live, Katrina? I'm not sure, but I haven't seen a lot of needle palms. Yeah, I don't know, because it can get pretty cold. What growing zone is Cincinnati palms in? What is that, a 7? That would probably be like a 7A, right? Is that a 7B, 7A, 7B near the Bluegrass? Northern Ohio guy is... Oh, he does. Okay, Palm Nation. Yes, approximately. Okay, I'll tell you where we live, Katrina. When you live, he's borderline 7A and gets winter heat. Okay, interesting. Palm Nation. Katrina, so when you drive to the very north end of the island and you see a place with 4 flags in front of it, okay, there's 2 Hawaiian flags, British Columbia flag, and a Salt Spring Island flag, that's our place, okay? So if you're ever up here sometime, pop in or message me and I can give you a garden tour if you like exotic plants, because we got a lot of funky plants here you might want to see. The guy that sells them grows them in giant... Really? Sells them from Ohio, grows them in a giant greenhouse. Interesting. Yeah, you can grow anything anywhere. I could tell you I grow Washingtonia robust. Thanks. Yeah, anytime. Like I say, if you're up here, give me a holler. Give me an email. I'm on Facebook too. I don't know if you're on Facebook. I'm on Twitter and I am on Instagram as well. I'm also on MeWe. I'm easy to find, all right? Very easy to find. And anyway, this isn't my YouTube channel. I'm just live streaming for Wendy on hers. I just finished doing a live stream on my YouTube channel is Banana JSSI, okay? Banana JSSI is my channel, and this is Wendy's channel. But she's not really much of a live streamer, and like me, I like to babble away. I love to flap my gums. So Anyway, yeah, you'd be more than welcome for a garden tour up here, and you can see the exotica. So anyway, yeah. Oh, you are? Okay, cool. Thanks. Appreciate it, Katrina. Katrina K. That's awesome. Yeah, so the long range forecast, like I say, is for more sunshine, which is kind of a bummer. But you know what? Before you know it, we will be getting some rain once we get into October, and then we're going to look back on those dry summer months and be missing them. That's the way it usually is here on the Gulf Islands. So, but you know, there's also a guy in Ohio that grows a tall Trachycarpus palm, and I'm sure Palm Nation's seen his posts before. And I don't know what he does. I don't think he showed what he does in the wintertime, but he's got this super tall Trachycarpus palm tree. It's got it might be a teasin, and it's got fronds from top to bottom. Selling a coconut palm. No, don't try coconut palm. Cocos nucifera, absolutely useless unless you're a master at growing coconut palms. And I've tried several times and failed every time. I've had the longest one at least 5 years, and I used to bring them back from Hawaii. I would buy them for export at Woolworth in Waikiki for $6 and bring back. And the last one I tried was from Home Depot, and I was told not to buy it, but I didn't listen. Temperature here is 16 degrees. Let's go look. Maybe it's gone down. It actually feels cooler. Let's go look what the temperature is. It feels cooler right now. It feels a lot cooler. I bet you it's down to 14. It's feeling cold. I'm going to say it's probably about 14 degrees. Right there. See that? 15.7, 71% humidity. Well, actually, it's 100% humidity. And it's saying sun and clouds. So I think this is going to end soon, right? Unfortunately. Yeah, so this is what it is. Doesn't tell me what it feels like, but it feels cooler than that to me standing out in the rain because I'm wet. So 15.7 and 71% humidity. And that's in a Stevenson screen, that remote sensor. Let's see what it says on this side of the house. I have sensors everywhere. I have a lot of weather stations. This one's saying, oh, this one's saying 15. Can you see that? Oh, you can't even see that. Anyway, that one says 15. Temperature can be at least 7 or 8 degrees difference or more from one end of Salt Spring to the other and in the valleys. Okay, so I'm going to tell you how cold it was one day in the Cranberry Valley. Cranberry Valley one day was minus 10 degrees Celsius and it was minus 4.1 degrees Celsius here. So that's a big temperature swing, isn't it? Right? So minus 4 to minus 10. And one day it was minus 15 degrees Celsius there, and it wasn't much colder than minus 5 here. So that's a 10-degree difference in temperature. And I know that because I have friends that live in the Cranberry Valley, and they're keen gardeners, and they have a weather station, their own personal weather station, and I asked Dan, Jason, and Celeste, I said, how cold did it get there when the lakes froze? And he said they had several nights of minus 10, and they had one night of minus 15 degrees Celsius. And it never got that cold here. If it did, I think our garden would probably be dead. Most of the plants would be toast. So, like I say, the coldest temperature I've ever recorded in this spot is around 18 or 18.1 degrees Fahrenheit. So, yeah, it's raining, Dawn. Yeah, it is, man. It's awesome. It is raining. It's raining quite heavily. Let's go see what's in the rain gauge. Let's go check it out. I'm going to guess 3 millimeters, maybe 4 millimeters. It's coming down pretty good. 3.9 millimeters. Bernardo, who is, is he in there? Do you think he is? Which one would he be? Because he's very good at disguising himself. There used to be a show I used to watch, or whether it can be quite different. That's what we talk about here. The weather. It's the only thing we really talk about here is the weather. Yeah, there was a show I used to watch years ago on TV, and the guy used to pretend to be all different people. The Pretender. That's what it was. The show was called The Pretender, and I think it was in the late 90s, and he used to pretend to be all different people. Doesn't that kind of ring a bell? Does that not ring a bell? His name was Jared, and that's my youngest son's middle name, Jared, and I actually named it. I like that name from the guy in the show because it was a good show. I'm weather obsessive. I like weather. I like weather and I like plants. And I know the plants like this weather, that's for sure. And you know why I like this weather? Do you think so? I don't know. Katrina. Okay, well, I could always ask Katrina what road she lives on if she knows Salt Spring Island, right? Because I know pretty much every single road on Salt Spring Island. Hey, Katrina, have I met you before? If you live on this rock, have I met you before? Hey, I tell you what, Katrina, if it's sunny tomorrow, I'm going to be down at Beachside having a coffee. Down at Beachside Cafe in Ganges. You will see my Harley parked out front. And if you're there, swing by and I will buy you a coffee. And then we can meet. I meet all different types of people on here. I met some people from Ottawa today. They came up to me, didn't know the people from Adam, and they said they watched my YouTube videos, and they actually just bought a place here, which is even cooler. And they have palm trees at their place, and they live in probably one of the mildest growing areas of Salt Spring Island. And I can't live there because I can't afford to live there because it's probably the most, it is the most expensive place on Salt Spring Island. And they got their own private road crew over there and everything else. And years ago, I did some landscaping in that area. And I remember planting a tea tree, Leptospermum scoparium for the guy. It got big enough to get seeds on it, flowers, few tracks have been spread around. Hey, cool. There's lots of, oh, did you spread some, Toby? Good for you, bud. Well, I tell you what, Katrina, how long have you been on Salt Spring? Good question. I'm going to bring some over to the West Coast with me when I go over to Port Renfrew in October, and I'm going to be sowing some seed in Port Renfrew. So I got a bag left. I spread several thousand seeds down on the property last week. So the rest that I have left over I'm going to use up the last of my seed, and I'm going to throw it over in Port Renfrew. And when I was over in Port Renfrew in last September, I spread some palm seed around too. And then last spring, or no, it was last October, we were in Ucluelet, and yeah, I got a little bit left. I'm going to be harvesting a lot more in December. December, I will be harvesting a lot of palm seed, so we're going to have no shortage of it. I'm eyeing, yeah, yes, palm seed spreading. Johnny palm seed, Toby palm seed. There's a bumper crop on some of the palms. Other ones, not enough precipitation, so they're looking a little stunted. Some of them have actually even fallen off. We got one palm here that actually has some seed on it, but not a lot of seed. And the pollinator is a long way away too. It's at far end of our property, and it actually pollinated this palm tree. But I don't know, man, there might be like 25 seeds on it. It's absolutely pathetic. But the seeds are coming along because I do water it more now. But I'm eyeing up one palm in town, and it's absolutely loaded with seed. So in December, I'm going to go cut them off. Yeah, where is KK? I wonder. Did you get that impression too? Oh, since the mid-90s. Oh, really? Maybe we've met. Have we met before, Katrina? Have we met here? Have we met on Salt Spring Island? I know a lot of people here. There is Betty Rosie, my favorite palmy friend that lives in Oregon. And where's your better half? It's got to be in there somewhere. Come on, Clyde. Give me the dirt. Clyde's out duck hunting, I bet. Just got off work. Oh, you just got off work. I worked last Saturday, you know that? Why is everyone asking me so many personal questions? I don't know. People just like to ask questions. Hey, Katrina, you know what you need? You need a palm tree for your garden. Tell you what, meet up with me at Beachside tomorrow if you're around, and I'll bring you some palm seedlings. All right? I'll bring you some palm seedlings for your garden. How would that sound? Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, you just got off work, Betty. And last weekend, I worked too for 4 hours. And you know what? It actually wasn't that bad. It's pretty rare that I ever work on the weekend. But I got called in. Somebody was away. So, yeah, I tell you what. You meet up with me at Beachside Coffee Shop tomorrow, because that's the only coffee shop I go to. And I will bring you some palm seedlings for your garden. If not, I can always do it another time. I usually like to meet there, and I chat with people and have a cup of Java. And then I'm going to go to a guy's garden tomorrow that's got a few palm trees and see something he's building that's pretty cool. I'll shoot a video of it, and I'll probably put it on my other YouTube channel. All right, because I put more random stuff there. But he's kind of like this mad scientist, Dr. Bill. Really cool guy. Cup of Joe. Yeah, we're going to have a cup of Joe. Katrina will gladly take your Palm Nation. Well, I'll meet Katrina there. I do have some palms for her if she wants. And then, hey, I could shoot a YouTube video of us sitting there having a coffee while I hand over the palms. Hey Katrina, seriously, I will, I can meet you down there if you want. Okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, if you go to, I don't know if you like Beachside, Katrina, because it is good coffee, and the people there are super awesome. I love Anna Banana, and I love Jay. They're down-to-earth people, and met you via the store used to. Oh, really? Oh, cool. Met you via the store. Oh, okay, okay. Katrina, awesome. She knows where I used to work. I used to work at a big nursery. For those of you guys that didn't know where I used to work at a big nursery in a farm and garden supply place here on Salt Spring Island. I was in the nursery part, but sometimes I'd have to go up into the farm and garden supply and sling animal feed or alfalfa or straw or hay. And I also drove the Freightliner for them. I did their trucking to Vancouver Island. Tell your... Yeah, Katrina, I will. So you know what? I think Katrina is legit for sure. She knows where I used to work. I know a lot of people know where I used to work. That's pretty good. So, anyway, Katrina, what was I going to say? Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the rain because I'm definitely enjoying this. And you know what? I think it's raining a little more now. Like, look at the jungle here. This makes for happy plants. Oh, do you? Okay, cool. I worked there for about, Katrina, I actually worked there for about 10 years. I worked there for about a decade. And you know what? It was an awesome place, and they're super nice people. And unfortunately, I got a little too burnt out dealing with customers every day. And the phone ringing every day attached to me. I had a phone. So, you know my mom too. Do I know your mom? Sweet. I know a lot of people on Salt Spring Island, I can tell you that. I'm really good with faces, and I'm super bad with names. I'm really bad with names. But you know what, Katrina? I know your name now. Hey, Katrina, are you on Instagram? I am on Instagram as well, and I am on Facebook, and I am on Twitter, and I am on MeWe. I think I already mentioned that. And you've already subscribed to my other channel, so that's a good thing. But yeah, we'll meet in town sometime. If you're, like I say, if you're around town, and don't go out of your way, but if you happen to be down there tomorrow at Beachside, stop in, and if it's nice out, my bike will be parked out front. It's the really shiny Harley Davidson. I like chrome, so you're going to see a lot of chrome on it, and that's my bike. And if you see that there, then I'll be there. And if you're around, I can bring you some palm seedlings, because I don't mind giving away palm seedlings to fellow islanders, and you can test them out in your garden. What I really need to do, see, there's a Buddhist retreat up on top of Mount Tuam. And what I've always wanted to do is get some of my palm trees up on top of that mountain. And I think I want to do some, I'll call you guys. Okay. Oh, cool. Awesome. Thanks, Katrina. I really want to get some palm trees growing up on top of one of the mountains here to put them to the test. So the Buddhist retreat is up probably at 2,000 foot on the top of Mount Tuam. And I would like to try some razorback palms up there from Austin. I think they might have a chance. And I also have some Trachycarpus palms from southeast of Vancouver that, oh man, my arm's getting sore because I'm holding this thing. I need a selfie stick for this phone. I also have some palms from Zone 8A out in southeast of Vancouver, which also might work up in Mount Tuam. And the only drawback up on Mount Tuam is it gets a lot of wind in the wintertime. They do get a lot of snow. I'm not sure the minimum temperatures up there, but I can tell you one thing, it gets a lot colder up there than it does down here near sea level. We're about 160 feet above sea level, and they're 2,000 feet above sea level. So, and like I said before, there's a lake on top of one of our mountains in the south end, and you can pretty much skate on that lake every winter. That's how cold it gets up there, right? So, it's cold up there. Yeah, you got it. You know it. It is cold up there and hot in the summer. And I know there are people that garden up there. There's up on one of the mountains, I don't know if it's Mount Bruce or one of them, there's like a subdivision, you go up Mountain Road, and there are people that have gardens up there. Yeah, it's a beautiful area, but a little bit too much snow for me. Yeah, it is beautiful. And you know what it is? I think, Katrina, people buy up there because of the view. Where is Baharitera? I think it's some island somewhere. I haven't looked it up yet. So, but man, yeah, it's cool. I'm damp right now, like, because I got wet. So it actually, this is the coolest I've ever felt it all summer long. It's just like, look at that. Man, it's good. This is awesome. My friend has been caregiving the Buddhist retreat. Oh, really? You know what, Katrina? So when we were in Maui, we go to Maui every winter, but the last year, this will be our second year without going to Maui. We go to the Buddhist temple on Maui, and I met this Buddhist monk. Wendy and I met this Buddhist monk, Gatwin. Gatwin, his name was. Tiny little guy, super nice guy. And he asked us where we're from, and we said Salt Spring Island. And the first thing he said, he says, Ganges. He says, I know Ganges. I've been to the Buddhist retreat. He's been to Salt Spring Island 2 or 3 times, and he's been to the Buddhist retreat on the top of Mount Tuam. And the funny thing is, I've been here a few decades living here, and I've never been to the Buddhist retreat. So I need to get up there sometime, not in the winter, and I have to bring some palm trees as a gift. But what I gifted Gatwin at the one in Paia, Maui, is a palm tree. I told him, I got to get you a palm tree. Can you cut the pups off? I think it is. I think people do it, yeah. I wouldn't do it. I'm never going to cut any Camarops suckers off or needle palm suckers. But some people, I think, do it. Years ago, I remember going to a nursery out where I used to live. And I went into the nursery, and he had all these nice, short, stocky Camarops palms in pots, and it looked like they were just potted up. And he says what he did, he removed the suckers. Yes, it's renowned in the Buddhist community. Yeah, it is renowned. It's been there a long time too. Really. You think so? So interesting. Huh. So yeah, one of these days I'm going to get up there. For sure. Wow. Okay, I don't know how long I'm going to do this live stream for, because you know what? I'm holding my arm out here, and it's actually starting to get kind of sore. See, you actually need a selfie stick, and we don't own a selfie stick. I just got a selfie arm, and my right arm, it feels like the blood is rushing out. I saw it. I actually saw the posts come up, Palm Nation. They come up on Wendy's iPhone, so I did actually read them. It's funny. On this iPhone, the things come up, so. But I don't feel like a fiddle. But you know what Wendy got the other day? Her friend gave her to borrow, or to look after as an accordion. Proper temperate rainforest rain. That's what it seems like now. When it's raining like this, it seems like we are in a rain forest, right? Look at that. Look at that, and look at that. Yeah, live streams are fun. There we go. You're joining me in the garden, in the rainforest garden today, that's for sure. Feels like a rainforest. And everything grows in the rainforest, doesn't it? Right? If you know what I mean. It's a very wet place right now. And you know what? I hope we get, yeah, Wendy's not on here, so I don't have to worry about it, yeah. Needle palms are growing really good. You know, I would show you the needle palms, but I can't because there's B&B guests down there. And in order to see you the needle palms, blast off, Kaibo. In order to show you the needle palms, I actually have to go down to the lower deck. And I cannot do that because I would interfere with the accommodation people. I'm going to switch arms. You just go here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now I'm on my left arm, and now that the blood's rushed out of my right arm, I'm going to have to stretch it. I got to do some stretching exercises here. So, anyway, maybe I can go to an hour. I only got 12 more minutes, and then we can do an hour live stream for Wendy, and Miss T will be very happy. I think I'm going to go in the house too. I'm going to go in the house because you know what? I'm done standing out here. I can maybe get my arm more comfortable. Oh, it smells good in here. I think Wendy's baking muffins. Let's go see. Let's go see what Wendy's baking. Oh, look at this. Hamburgers. We're going to have mushroom burgers tonight. You know something? You could do any special maneuver you want. You know what? I used to be a mushroom farmer, and I used to grow these things. I used to be a head grower at a mushroom farm for Monies for over 15 years. It does. It feels cool out there, man. Holy crap. That's why I came inside. So now we can look outside at the palm trees, right? We can look outside, and this is a nice time, you know, when it's raining out and you look out the window and you can see that, right? And like I say, even in the wintertime, you look outside and you see that, and it just makes me feel that much warmer. Yeah, no, I like cool, wet weather like this right now because we need it. I don't like cold weather either. But you know what? I would take cold, clear, sunny weather, winter, very hot, sunny with the sun. Well, Katrina's going to grow palms. If I meet her, I will give her some seedlings. Joe Bamboo. No, I don't think. You know what? I can't say no. I think there is actually a guy that does grow some bamboo in Winnipeg, and I think sometimes it freezes back a bit, but he mulches it and it comes up. Prince George, yeah, Prince George is pretty cold too. I don't know. That's a good question. I love weather as long as I'm dressed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like weather too. I love all weather, and I do like the change of the seasons too. I'm really ready for, I'm ready for fall. I'm actually so done. Don't get me wrong, I love summer, but I'm actually done with it. This summer has actually burnt me out. It's been too dry for too long. So if this summer was wetter, then it'd be okay. But it hasn't been wet. As you can see from my videos, it's been dry, but those palms look good because those palms are irrigated, right? And you can see in the foreground, you see this one here? Wendy likes to grow Camidorias. This is her little dwarf parlor palm. Yeah, a few more weeks. Well, you know, people here swim year round, Katrina, right? But not me. I tried it once, and I know Wendy's daughter, she goes swimming year round, right? Krista goes swimming year round. So one February, we're down at Sunset Beach, which is just around the corner from us. You probably know where Sunset Beach is. So we're at Sunset Beach, and it was February. And she goes, let's go for a swim. So she goes jumping in the ocean. She says, come on in, Joe, don't be a baby. So I jumped in the water, and I ran out of the water as fast as I ran in the water. Yeah, full wetsuit. People like to swim in their wetsuit, but you know what? People do swim with their bathing suits on. I think they call that the Wim Hof. And they say cold water swim is extremely good for your body. Not good for my body, but it's good for a lot of other bodies. And I don't like swimming in cold water. I'll swim in our ocean here in the summertime, and that's it. But any other time, no, you're not going to catch me swimming in any ocean this far north in the wintertime. Hot summer day, yep. Yeah, it's the Salt Spring Island Seals, you know it. And you know Dave Phillips is part of the Salt Spring Island Seals. You know your stuff. So on the polar bear swim, they say it's good for you, Katrina. So you can watch my videos on the polar bear swim. They're on this channel because I always do polar bear swim videos. There's one guy, and the seals are out there too. The seals are always out there. They got their wetsuits on. They're swimming around out there forever. But there's this one guy every year. His name is Steve. And 2711, 105 dry and sunny. No, 105 I don't want. Anyway, there's this one guy named Steve. And Steve, I don't know if he meditates before he goes in or whatever. But Steve goes out there in the winter, in January 1st, on New Year's Day, and he swims out there for 20 minutes. I got videos of this guy swimming for 20 minutes, and often watched. The whole family went in 2019. Oh, really? Okay, cool. I usually do a temperature check of the water, too. I always bring a temperature probe, and I check it. And a lot of times it's 8.5 degrees, somewhere around there. And anyway, Steve walks in slow. Would it stop raining? Yeah, tornadoes I don't want, but I want the rain. I definitely want more rain, Zach. And if you got more rain and you don't want it, you can send some up this way. But anyway, Steve goes into the polar bear swim, and he swims around out there like that, like he's swimming in a swimming pool with his kids. Okay, so everybody's, some people staying for 5 minutes, some people staying for 3 minutes, some people just run in and run out. But this guy, full on rainforest, cool. Tropical rainforest. So this one guy, Steve, is out there for 20 minutes swimming around on his back and doing just like nobody's business. And he comes in out of the water after 20 minutes of swimming on a winter day. And you know what? He is not even chattering. His teeth are not even chattering. He's not shaking. He's not red. I'm thinking the dude that goes into some trance, right? Some meditative trance. And then you know what he does after he comes out? He goes back in again for a little bit. It's just, I cannot figure it out. How somebody can swim around on New Year's Day in our water, in our ocean water like that guy and not get cold. My teeth would be chattering if I walked in for 2 seconds. Sometimes they're chattering when I'm standing on the beach. 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven, man, I've not been into one of those things forever. Where I used to live on Lulu Island, many years ago, I used to live on Lulu Island, which is just south of Vancouver. I remember we had one there. I know some people are crazy. You can work up. Yeah, he's got to be, Katrina. He's got to be just like, what the heck, eh? to get into that cold water for that long. I just don't understand it. So I think it's mind over matter, right? Maybe it's the Wim Hof. Maybe he's the Wim Hof. He does that. He likes the cold weather, the cold water stuff. So anyway, not for this guy. I like Maui. I like Maui water the best. Hey, kid, do you know happen to be in BJ's Banana JSSI? What did that say? Anyway, Katrina, PM me when you're done this. Like, are you on Facebook, Katrina? Or are you on Instagram? And message me. And then if we can meet up sometime, I will. I'll bring you some palm seedlings. I'll pull a bunch out tomorrow and I'll put them in the saddlebag of my bike. And like I say, if it's not raining, I will be down at Beachside to have a coffee. Hopefully they'll be open. Some days they've been closed on Sundays because they were short of staff. But if they're open, I'll go down there. And if not, I'll go to Roasters. I'll go to Salt Spring Island Roasters. And well, if you're down there, look for me and I'll have some palm seedlings for you. All right. Yeah. I'm going to have one of these chips. I'm going to have one of these chips, guys. What is Wendy cooking here? What is she baking? I don't know what she's cooking in there. Not sure. But something smells really good. So anyway, looks like this live stream is going to make it to an hour. And it doesn't look like the B&B guests have messed my live stream up. So anyway, we're talking about 7-Eleven. I used to go to 7-Eleven a lot when I was a kid. I'd ride my bike there. And I would buy like baseball and hockey cards and candies. And they had these video games in there. This is back in the 1970s. I'm saying like 1974, 75. And hey, why did you hide? Don't hide Katrina. Why did you hide Katrina? Let her go in there. She sounds like she knows a lot about Salt Spring Island. She seems to anyway. Are you sure? Man, if it is, she's good, I'll tell you. Well, I want to meet up with her tomorrow. That's why I want to keep her in there. We got to ask her some more questions about Salt Spring Island. I think Katrina's legit. If it is, he's good. We could call him the Pretender. Just like the show I used to watch, right? That's amazing. Are you sure, you guys? Really? No way. That's unbelievable. I want them to message me. Do they have videos? Really? Not 100%. Well, they seem to know a lot about Salt Spring Island. So that's why I was thinking more legit. Katrina, are you legit? Katrina, come back here. I got to talk to her. If Katrina wants palm trees, meet me at Beachside. If any of you other guys want palm trees, meet me at Beachside. And if you don't want palm trees, well, we can just sit at Beachside and talk about palm trees. And there are palm trees at Beachside because I planted 2 palm trees at Beachside. And then they're fine gardeners too. Oh, is that right? Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Huh. Why doesn't anything ever surprise me anymore? Sorry, guys. I'm eating Vicky's salt and vinegar chips. Yeah. Well, I don't see Katrina in there anymore. Katrina? Okay, so if this Katrina's in there, come on back. And if you're not, well, then I don't know. I'm going to be questioning things. Because I know these guys are questioning things. They have a better eye than me. Is that right? Hey, that's interesting. Very interesting. So I've been duped once again. Huh. That's funny. Anyway, have you guys ever tried these chips? Those are really good. Salt and malt vinegar. Mmm. You can have an account. Really? I thought you actually had to have an account before you could comment on things, right? Isn't that the way it works? I thought you had to have a YouTube account. I mean, if I don't have an account, I can watch videos, but I can't comment on them. Isn't that the way it works here on YouTube? So they must have had an account, right? That Katrina's done some pretty good research then, right? Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. You guys know more about it than me. I've been on YouTube so long, I don't even really know exactly what you have to do. I just shoot videos and upload them. That's it. I don't really know how everything works. That's the thing, right? I'm not a computer techie, but somebody like that has to know salt and vinegar. Amazing. Yeah, I know a lot of places. So. Yeah, you probably could, but even by watching the videos, like I could probably do my research on a certain area and fool somebody like Iceland. We'll just say Iceland. And I could probably watch enough videos on Iceland to make make people believe that I'm actually in Iceland, right? And I could probably shoot. How about we unhide? I would unhide her for sure. I'm just curious. Yeah. I'm just going by what your guys are saying. I'm not saying they're fake or not, right? Because I don't know for sure. I really don't know. I mean, it sounds legit to me. I want to see because she seems totally legit. But you guys are good at spotting YouTube trolls. I'm not. I'm not a troll expert. You know, you guys are. Katrina, if you're still there, come on in and say hi. Let us know what the weather is. Definitely cool out here now. Yeah, these chips are good. Salt and vinegar. I can tell you one thing. There's no 7-Eleven on Salt Spring. We don't have any stores like that. We don't have any fast food, and we don't have any box stores on Salt Spring Island. So there's no big box stores, no fast food, and there's no 7-Elevens. We have Costco. The nearest Costco to us is in Victoria or Nanaimo. Nanaimo's about close to 40 miles north, and then Victoria's.
He is.
Yeah. Fabricated to get him.
Hold on. You have a phone call.
Well, I'm doing a live.
I know. She says she knows you're on the live stream.
Okay, here, hang on.
Oh my God.
Here, no, that's good. Here we go.
We'll put it on.
No, here we go. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Am I on speakerphone?
Yes.
Do you want to be on speakerphone? You're not on speakerphone. You're just talking into my right ear, and I'm live streaming in front of. You guys, you know what? You want to know something? Katrina is totally legit, and I'm talking to her on the phone. So there you go. Ha.
Why didn't they think she was legit?
Yeah, no, that's cool. Who? Oh, God, Sarah, how's it? Okay, you know what? Yep. You know what, guys? Katrina is totally legit, and I've known her forever, and I know her mom and her dad, and yeah. So Katrina is, yep. Okay, you guys got to apologize to Katrina. You guys, yeah, you all messed up. They said they all messed up. Oh my God, bro. I'm reading the comments here. So, thanks, Sarah. Katrina. Exactly. So yeah, so you guys got to apologize to Katrina. Yeah, because she's like this super sweet gal I have known for a long time. And say hi to your mom. Your mom's still around, right? I hope. What? No. John. Okay, Palm Nation. Palm Nation apologize to you. Sorry, Katrina. Yeah, yeah, she says thank you. Yeah, Katrina's actually, oh, that guy feels like a dick now. Yeah, she said you got to be more careful in the future. Be more careful in the future when you make assumption because I know this girl and I've known her for forever. So there's one person in here that does a lot of trolling and imitates a lot of people. So they thought, yeah, yep, exactly. No, totally agree with Katrina. So you guys got to be really careful when people come in there because hey, Katrina is the real meal deal. I know that for sure. So you're still on Salt Spring. When? Oh my God. I love your mom was so awesome. Oh yeah, no, no, you're smart. I know a lot of people that go under different yeah, yeah. Oh cool, you should come up sometime and see the garden. Sure, okay, yeah. Yeah, because Wendy's B&Bs are like cram packed full, so right, right. October is a good time when it slows down and then come up and we'll give you a little garden tour and bring the dad, bring John. Oh cool. Yeah, so this is Wendy's. This is actually Wendy's channel, but you know I have a channel. Yeah, yeah, good. Okay. Oh, good. So good to hear from you. You're awesome. All right. Thanks for phoning. Okay, take care. Bye. Okay, so that was the real meal deal. That was Katrina, and I've known her for a few decades, and I know her mom, and I know her dad. Sadly, her mom passed away. Her mom was super nice. Her mom was like the nicest lady in the world. That's really, really sad. I didn't know that. That's why I don't see her mom around anymore. She used to come to the pool. I think she used to swim, and I used to see her. It's like, oh, some people I don't see for a long time. Ah, Katrina. There we go. And the people apologize to Katrina.
Why would they say
Well, they
that?
thought it could have been Bigfoot trolling.
troll?
No, they thought it's troll,
Why would
right?
they think she's
Well, some
a
people
troll?
they do. Oh, there's Jane in there. Hi, Jane. Camel legs go the way it looked like it was responding. Yeah. So Katrina is for real, and yeah, and I want you to come up and visit our garden. Yeah, and sorry to hear about your mom, Katrina. Your mom was
Yeah,
awesome.
tell her we'd like to see her garden.
Yeah, we'd like to see your garden and we want you to see our garden. And I still will give you some palm seedlings for your garden. Because I know, you know what, guys? I'm not going to disclose her location, but Katrina lives in a very good area
Susie.
of Salt Spring. No, I'm not going to disclose the location.
Oh,
You just,
I didn't.
yeah. So anyway, she lives in a very good location of the island. Yeah. So very mild over there. So if you're like, there we go. There we go, Katrina. Everybody's kissing and making up now. That's awesome. That's all. And you know what? Thanks for tuning in to this channel. You never know who follows these live streams, right? I mean, there's people from all over the world. And like I say, Gulf Island Rock is Wendy's channel, but I seem to do the live streams
Both
on
our
it.
channel.
Okay, Wendy says it's both our channel.
Yeah.
She says it is both our
I
channel.
wouldn't have a channel if it wasn't for you.
I kind of pushed her to do a YouTube channel. I've been doing YouTube for a long time. Sorry about everything, but you made us think you're big. Yeah, trust me, she is not Bigfoot. She's a very beautiful lady. Put it that way. Joe is she milder than you? Where she lives is a pretty mild area. She's over not that far from me, but it's pretty mild there in the wintertime. And that's where the warm swimming is. Vesuvius. Hey, Katrina, it's true, isn't it? It's very warm swimming in Vesuvius. I just went hiking. Lucky you, there's Duck Killer Clyde. It is. She's on the west side. It's a mild location. The water. Hello, Duck Killer Clyde. Yeah. I just said it anyway.
I know you did.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know how long I'm going to do this live stream for because we're 69 minutes and 44 seconds. Make her a moderator. Oh, I could. You know what? I'm
Good
going
idea.
to make Katrina a moderator. So
Does she wanna be a moderator?
Katrina, I will make you a moderator as well. So comment, Katrina.
Maybe she doesn't want to be
No.
moderator.
Where's Katrina? Katrina, say something.
Maybe she's left.
How do you do moderator again? Do I press those?
I have no idea.
Add moderator. Okay, Katrina is now a moderator for this channel. There
Good
you
to
go.
have some women
So,
moderators.
yeah, Wendy says it's good to have some women moderators on here. It's kind of like my groups on Facebook. I have a lot of women moderators, and they seem to catch things really, really quick, really fast. They're on the ball. What we need is a woman running our country, don't you think, Wendy?
I do.
We need a woman running this country.
really
Whenever there's a moderator, then there's no moderators. That's a duck color. Clyde says when everybody's a moderator, there's no moderators. What does it say?
There's no people to moderate.
There's no people to moderate. Hope you do. You will do a good job, Katrina. So there you go. And when we do a live stream on mine, I did one earlier on Banana J SSI. If you're on there, I will make you a moderator on there as well. And you remember, I also have Jungle Josie.
I think as long as you have like about 5 or 6 moderators, that's enough.
Well, I think Duck Killer Clyde is one. He's on Banana J SSI. He's a moderator. Let Wendy run Canada. Do you want to run?
No, God, no.
Wendy doesn't.
Sandor.
Wendy doesn't want to run Canada. Clyde is going to move to Canada and run Canada.
There's some really strong women, female women,
Mm-hmm.
who need like that divine feminine power in.
I think Clyde is actually a moderator on Banana GSSI. I'm pretty sure you are, Clyde. And actually, Betty was in there earlier. Tell Wendy I love her cooking vids. Oh, you like the cooking vids, Katrina?
Cool.
Well, you know what?
Oh, okay.
We are going to have to do some more cooking vids.
We
You know,
will.
she hasn't really put vids on here much lately because she's been so busy. She works she works at an inn. She works at another big high-end B&B on the South End, and then she comes home here, and we have 2 accommodations here. So it's just like the busy season. Like I say, you got to make hay while the sun shines. So the downtime's coming soon, and that's when you guys can come up and see our garden. And I think you'll like it. It's pretty cool. I wish your mom was around to see it too. I don't think your mom's ever been. Oh no, your mom has been to our garden. She's been up here on a garden tour. I think years ago. I've been a lot of garden tours here over the year. Yesterday I bought a Boni Indica. I know the Blue Morning Glory. Yeah, it's almost a busy time. Yes, it's almost over, Katrina. Thank God. It's probably going to get busier for me in parks because once we start getting more rain, the grass in the parks will turn green, and then I'm going to have to start mowing it. See, right now there's no mowing whatsoever because the parks look like the Sahara Desert. Everything's all crispy brown, right? When do we vote Trudeau out? On the 20th of September. Trudeau is going. You going to get roasted like that? You guys are funny. Anyway, let's see what the weather's doing out here now before I go, because it's still raining. It's still raining. There we go. Look at that. And you know what? It's getting brighter. So anyway, hey, Katrina, like I said, if you're down at Beachside Coffee, if you happen to be down there, pop in. If you see my bike, the Sahara is more sandy. You're right, Jane. The Sahara is more sandy. We got a grassy Sahara. And if you're down there, Katrina, pop in. And I usually go there around 10 o'clock and have a coffee and use some palm seedlings, and you can try them in your garden. And I always park my bike right out front. There's always parking right out front for my bike. And I was there today at around 10, and I always seem to bump into somebody I know, and we chit-chat. More like the savannah. There you go, Jane. Jane knows her stuff. Jane, you're so fortunate being in the Hawaiian Islands. I wish I was there right now. Because right now, if I was where you are, and I know where you live on the Hawaiian Islands, near Waikiki, I would be on Waikiki Beach. That's where I'd be, at Diamond Head Beach. Because actually I like Diamond Head Beach better than Waikiki Beach. It's a little quieter, right? There you go. So you know what, guys? I should back on out of here because I have been flapping my gums for over an hour. I wasn't planning on doing a really long live stream today, but I'm really glad that Katrina popped in. It's nice to have a local person from our rock join in on the live stream. So Katrina, thank you. When do you think the first rain will come? Well, we're getting it right now, Clyde. It's happening. Let's go look at the rain gauge. Let's go walk over to the rain gauge and check it out. There's got to be over 4 millimeters. Yes, thanks, Katrina. Local girl, island girl. We're gonna go to Mexico. Oh, stuck there. Yeah, you don't want to get stuck there. Okay, so we're at 4 millimeters. There's 4 millimeters of precipitation. There's also a needle from a Douglas fir in there too. So there's 4 millimeters of, actually just over 4. There's 4.1 millimeters of rain in there. You had a shower. I love the rain I love the rain in Hawaii because it's so tropical. And sometimes, 80 blue skies. Really? Wow. So you guys got the sun. Well, here's our skies. We got gray sky. Look at that. Gray sky. It is like a fall day here, but the sun's going to come out. Definitely going to come out. So the garden is going to be so much happier because of this precipitation. And this gardener is a happy gardener right now. Everything's going to perk up. You can never water. Very good. We do need it so badly. And you can never water as good as the rain does to your garden, right, Katrina? Like, as much as you water something, sometimes it still seems to sulk even a day later, but you get a good steady rain like this, I guarantee the garden is going to perk up. 85 degrees Fahrenheit where Caleb is in Oregon. Wow, that's amazing. That's crazy. That's toasty, man. That is hot. Yeah, well, what did you think of that heat wave, Katrina, we had in June? It was so hot. I stepped out these French doors, okay? I stepped out these French doors here, and you know what? It was like a flippin' oven. Wendy and I stepped out those French doors, and it was like an oven, and it was unbelievable. I'd never felt heat like that in my life. It was like unbelievable. Like I said, it was crazy heat. It was like when you open up an oven door after you've been baking some bread. Isn't that crazy? Did it feel like Africa? It did, eh, Katrina? That's crazy. Haven't watered today. Taro's not wilting. Well, that's a good thing, Jane. Yeah, no, I've never seen heat like that before, Katrina. And you know what? It burned up a lot of plants in our garden. It stuff is like a lot of damage to our exotic garden. It was crazy. And I hope we never see that again. 7 a.m. You know what? So how's the water been in Vesuvius, Katrina? How's the ocean been? It's been pretty warm, right? You know, you live in a very mild area. Yes, it was like, oh, did it kill some birds too? Oh my God, you're kidding. I didn't know that. So tell me something, Katrina. How was the ocean water in where you live? Was it pretty good this year? So I wasn't in there. Very warm. It was like, was it really? The ocean was that warm. So how warm would you say it was in the 70s? What, 75 degrees, 78 degrees? Was it that warm? Because I tell people how warm it gets on the west side of our island, but there are people that don't, they think I'm exaggerating, and I know it gets pretty warm over there, right? Like swimming, it was like swimming in Hawaii. Yeah, no, a lot of people told me it was very warm, warmer this year too. So, but even on the north side, or the west side of up on Sunset Drive, there's a nice little beach up there, and we have a beach access sign. Eating bird, well, I saw a native insect eating bird. No way. Insect. Oh, cool. Man, you go on some good hikes, Jane. Okay, we go to Hawaii, we got to go on a hike. Wendy and Jane and Joe got to go on a hike. You take us to where you hike. That way I could shoot a YouTube video of some of the plants up there. One day I will be back on Oahu, and I always threaten that, and I know one day I'm going to have to go back. Got to hit the Cheesecake Factory. Got to hit the Murakami Udon Noodle. And what else do we got to hit over there? I used to go to Tony Roma's, and there was also a Red Lobster near Honolulu too. I've been in the Red Lobster there, but I used to go to Tony Roma's as well. Tony Roma's was pretty good. But anyway, it's nice sitting in the house right now. It's just so relaxing and watching the rain out there. Oh, yes. I love Hawaii. I want to go back again. I mean, you know, Katrina, every winter we would go, but should I buy it? Buy a needle palm. I love the North Shore too. You know, Katrina, my cousin used to live on the North Shore. He lived on Sunset Beach, literally on the beach. So you'd step out of his beach house, and it was a small house he rented with a few other guys, and you could step out onto the sand. And one time I went there to visit him, and he took me out scuba diving. Never been scuba diving before. It was the very first time, and it was awesome. So it was more like skin diving. I just had my board shorts on, but I put a tank on, and we went out quite a ways, and I saw some pretty cool like reef fish, saw an eel, and yeah, just the reef, lots of reef fish and an eel. Yeah, it was fantastic. It was pretty neat. And then we just came back in and walked up on the beach, took the tank off, and that was my scuba diving experience. I'd never scuba dived before that, and I've never scuba dived after that. That was in the summer of '93, and I remember it like yesterday, and it was just quite a great experience. And I think I'd do it again. It was kind of freaky to do it at first, because when you put your head underneath the water and you try to breathe, it's actually kind of freaky because you think you're going to suck in all this water into your lungs. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty awesome, man. It is. It's just like, wow. It's like a totally different world when you're underneath that water. And I didn't go very deep. I was around maybe 30 feet deep. No more than 40, I don't think. He was deeper than me, a little bit deeper. And then there was a Hawaiian dude, and he was free diving with this young Hawaiian kid, free diving, no tank, and he was going down as deep as I was. And I just remember going up to the surface and seeing my gal sitting on the beach, and it's like, oh my God, I'm a long way out. This is freaky. Say there's a tiger shark. So the only thing I'm thinking the whole time I'm out there is if there's a tiger shark, can I swim faster than the tiger shark to get back to shore? You know, because I don't know. I know there's a lot of tiger sharks out there, and sometimes they like to eat people. So anyway, that was the only time I did it, and I don't know. I don't know if I'd do it again. Low battery. So you know what it's saying here? It's saying low battery power. So folks, I'm probably gonna have to cut this short. I'm gonna show you a little bit of Wendy's cooking here. We're not doing the barbecue today because it's raining.
It's raining.
So Wendy is cheating and doing cast iron, but cast iron cooking is awesome. So today, Sarah, we are doing burgers.
I'm actually doing keg burgers. They're
Wendy's doing
Peg
love
prime rib.
sand sushi beach near Diamond Head. Oh, Oahu is my favorite Hawaiian. Yes, sharks. Yeah, I love Oahu too. And Wendy and I have been to Oahu.
Many times.
Together, you and I have been 2 times.
I've been.
You've been once. You've been 3 times. So I've been to Oahu 20 times. I've been 20 times to Oahu now. First time I got married on Oahu at Diamond Head Beach. Second time around I got Maui'd with Wendy on a beach on Maui. And you know what? I really do want to go back to Oahu, but Wendy and I really do love Maui too. So if we go back to Oahu, it'd be like spend a week on Oahu in Waikiki, and then 2 weeks or 3 weeks on Maui. Maui's a lot more quieter.
Or maybe a week
Oh.
in Kauai.
You know what, Sarah? This smells really good.
We,
Here, Katrina.
those are keg
Katrina.
Keg.
What?
Keg. Those are keg.
These are keg burgers, Katrina.
rib.
Katrina, these are keg burgers,
Yeah.
and they are
huge.
smelling good.
Yeah.
We're still
prefer the
on
barbecue, but
Toby Josh. And these are going to be mushroom burgers. So Sarah,
garlic, mushrooms.
I wish I had smell-o-vision
Our friend
because
grew the garlic.
I'm starving. I had no lunch. I had
This is from our friend's
a
garden.
couple of chips.
From our
What?
friend's garden. These nice.
Sarah or Katrina? I don't know why I keep calling you that. See this? Locally grown garlic. Right there. I went on a quick seed throwing rock. That's awesome. So there's some. What type of garlic is that? Is that Russian? This is Russian, I think.
That's from Astro.
I think that's Russian garlic.
Astro and Bell.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys like garlic, but there's a lot of people on Salt Spring Island. Yeah, that's from Salt Spring Island. Our friends grow that. Purple. I think it might be Russian, Katrina.
Yeah.
Wendy likes to cook. Wendy likes to cook, and you know what? I like to eat. I'm amazed I don't weigh 300 pounds. Why don't I weigh 300 pounds, Wendy?
You have lots of energy.
Because I have lots of energy and I burn it off, right? I burn off all the food that she feeds me. And I eat like a horse. When I go on a cruise, they actually lose money on me. And you know what? Garlic's good for you, Toby. You garden. I do garden all day, and I do exercise. So, but if I didn't, I would probably be a behemoth. I probably wouldn't even fit on this screen, right? So,
Hummus.
to cook here, we learn to cook. Well, yeah, awesome, Katrina. And I bet you're a good cook.
Hummus.
I do move all day, Toby Joss. I'm moving around, and at work, I'm on my feet all single day, all day long, all single day. That makes sense. All day long, and when we mow the parks in town, I do them with a push mower. I push mow all the parks in town. So you think of how many footsteps we're walking each day. So we definitely do get our exercise, and that's a good thing. And I look at work as exercise because when you're working, you're burning calories.
And you're outdoors.
But when you're eating, you're gaining calories. So after these nice burgers, oh, can you see that? That's awesome. Oh, I'm starving. I wish you guys were here to eat some of these burgers with me. But there's only 2 burgers. That means I'd have to cut it in half. They're big burgers. And then there's the buns she's making. They're not regular hamburger buns. So we're doing a live stream cooking video now for Katrina. Because
Well, it's 'cause I cut my burgers in
Katrina
half
likes
and
cooking videos.
This is simple. There's no.
Toby,
I
it's good
didn't
having an active
Normally
job.
I go out on the barbecue, but I
Yeah,
don't
Wendy usually does the barbecue thing.
love the barbecue.
She loves to barbecue. Like most guys are barbecuers. I'm not a good barbecuer. I admit it. I can grow palm trees real good, delicious. Wendy is the queen of the kitchen here.
Well, I'm not a great.
No, she's a pretty good cook. Quesadillas are good too. But Katrina, Wendy does make some pretty badass burgers. And these are gonna be good. They're not ciabatta buns. They're different buns. They're kind of like,
Panini
they're
buns.
panini buns. So she's using a panini bun, and we're gonna squish that burger into the panini bun.
Well, I'm gonna cut the
What do you think of that?
hamburger in half.
Gonna cut the hamburger in half. So this is what she's doing. Here we go. Follow.
They're just so big.
Here we go. She's gonna cut that burger in
They're
half.
big.
We got a live stream cooking video now. This is just for Katrina.
These are cast iron burgers.
These are called cast iron burgers.
Cast iron cooking.
Cast iron cooking.
Normally I would
Here we go.
it'd be outside.
Wendy's cooking show. Wendy's cooking show with Joe. Wendy is. Yeah, watch the sleeves. Don't catch them on fire. She's gonna put some cheese on there too. No offense, you vegetarians. Sorry. I mean, I'll eat everything. And you know, my oldest son is a vegan. That's the best way. Or barbecue, yeah. And Wendy always Katrina. Wendy always does cast iron cooking in the house. But just because the weather's a little ugly right now, she don't want to go outside and flip on the barbecue. I flip on the barbecue. I heat it up. I put some corn on it last night, but she did the steaks. Wendy used to work at Mr. Mike's Steakhouse when she was a teenager in Vancouver. Was it in Vancouver?
Delta.
In Delta. She lived in Tawasin, then White Rock, but she worked at Mr. Mike's Steakhouse, so she knows how to make a burger. Remember Mr. Mike's?
Burger, I know.
Katrina's not old enough to remember Mr. Mike's.
Oh my God, there's one in Dunn.
Katrina's still pretty young, so you wouldn't remember Mr. Mike's. But Katrina is not so old. No, not so old. So,
Younger than you?
oh, yeah, Katrina's younger than me. I'm 57, and I know Katrina's a hell of a lot younger than me. So, Joe, good to know about the plants because yeah. You were little. Oh, you do remember Mr. Mike's. Okay,
There's still
cool.
a few Mr.
There's
Mike's
actually over one in Duncan.
around. You and I went one day. It's not that good. It was
I liked it. No, you know what?
You liked it?
Wendy didn't like it, but it brought back memories
I
having
liked it when I was 16.
You know what I had? I had a Mr. Mike's charbroiled steak burger, and it actually brought back memories because I was born in Vancouver. And I moved away from Vancouver to Lulu Island when I was a little kid, which is Richmond. We called it Lulu Island when I was in the late 60s. And we used to go to Mr. Mike's, the chopping block. The chopping block. Is that at Mr. Mike's? Or is that a restaurant? That would be a good restaurant name. So you know what? So we used to go to the one on South Granville. There used to be a Mr. Mike's there. And that was back in the mid 1970s. And the flavor of the burger, the charbroiled steak burger, is no different than it is today.
It was like that
Oh,
secret Thousand Island.
the chopping
sauce.
block. Okay, the chopping block was a great steakhouse. And okay, Katrina, you probably remember the Keg.
Oh,
The Keg Steakhouse, right? The Keg was awesome. So the Keg, the one in Langley was really good. The
Oh, yeah.
Keg in Langley was the best.
with the horse
Yeah,
riding
because you could watch at Thunderbird Arena, which was attached to it. You could
Watch the horse.
you could chow down on an 18-ounce prime and watch some girl or guy out there jumping around on his horse in the arena, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that wasn't horse meat we were chowing down on, right? Pretty convenient, pretty close to the horse arena, wouldn't you think? Equestrian Center. So Keg in the Country, that's what it was called. Keg in the Country. Do you remember that, Katrina? The Keg?
nice.
Keg restaurant was awesome. Keg is good. I wish it was.
The Keg is-
Yes,
You know what?
I agree.
Keg- the
Yo,
Keg
anonymous.
restaurant in
I agree with
Victoria?
Katrina. Oh, there is
One
one.
in Victoria is great.
Oh, Katrina, Wendy says there's one in
Yeah,
Victoria.
Victoria is beautiful, and you can see
Oh.
the Parliament building.
Really?
Get up. Yeah, at night.
Horse is I never tried horse yet, but I heard it's good.
No.
Wendy says no. Yeah, so Katrina, so there is apparently one in Victoria, but whereabouts? She says by
Right
the
on the water.
right on the
And
water.
when you can see the Parliament buildings from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesomely,
It's
yeah.
a good one.
Yeah. So
Or the Keg in Whistler.
there's one in Whistler, but I haven't been to Whistler for a long
So
time. I used to
good.
ski there back in the day. So there's one by the Parliament buildings. I don't know the exact road it's on, but
It's on the main road.
It's on the main road.
By the ocean.
by the ocean. Okay. So next time you're in Vic, Katrina, I want to say Katrina and the Waves. You remember that band Katrina and the Waves from the 1990s or 80s? Maybe it was the 80s. Oh, you know what? The battery's going to die on this thing too. So, hey, everybody, I got to go. I got to eat this burger right there. Okay. Burger here and here and there. There we go. Wendy's making awesome burgers. Thanks for joining in the live stream, everybody. And I'm so happy that Katrina's in there, a local gal, an island gal from Salt Spring Island. And pop in every time, you guys. I'm doing a live stream. It's always good to have you in there and throw your comments in there. Like and subscribe to Golf Island Rock.
There, you can show
Nice refrigerator. Good night, Katrina.
There's your bird.
And thanks for popping in there. Say hi to your dad. Give him a hug for me. And thanks for liking Wendy's fridge there, Mike.
Look at the burger.
Oh, look at the burger.
I don't even think
There's
you're gonna
the
be able to
burger.
shut
I
it.
don't think I can even fit that in my mouth. Okay, thanks, Toby Josh. Look at that burger. That's like a Texas-style burger right there. What do you think, Toby Josh?
It's massive.
Toby's in Texas. That's a
I don't
Texas
know. I don't think we're
Texas-style
gonna be able-
burger. I'm gonna eat half of that at a time.
I know.
Okay, you take care, Katrina. You're an awesome gal. We love you. Love all you guys, and thanks for popping in here. And we will see you next time because my battery is going dead on this iPhone.
Oh, there. Celine.
Cheers to y'all.
Thank